Kia ora, Aotearoa, and it's a westerly flow across the country, which means it's been quite a cloudy day, especially in those western parts. Out east, a lot more sunshine is what we've seen. In the south, we do have this front that is starting to make its way onto the country, which means in the west, some showers and even some rain, and down south as well for a time. Now, I just want to zoom out for a moment, not something to keep in mind for now, but just to be aware that there is some activity brewing out west, and that is going to be bringing some wet weather and windy weather to us in the coming days. So with that, we've currently got some heavy rain watches in place for the mountainous areas of Bay of Plenty, out in Taranaki, Maunga, as well as the Taurua Range. For the time being, these are the areas we've got in mind, but in the coming days, we could be adding some more areas to those rain watches and possibly some orange warnings and possibly some wind watches or warnings. So definitely one to keep an eye on metservice.com. But back to today, we see that front in the far south moving up the South Island as it moves, some showers and rain starting to come onto Southland and parts of Otago and out west as well. For the rest of us, it is all about that westerly flow. So still quite a cloudy day in those western places. Maybe some showers starting to brew up as the evening comes on. And of course, those strong winds for us in these central places. So with that cloud and all of that weather, we've got these minimum temperatures overnight, some double-digit temperatures in a lot of places out here in Wellington, 11 degrees, up north in Auckland, 10. For Christchurch, however, 7 degrees is maybe on the warmer side, but it is all due to that cloud cover. So then having a look at what we're expecting on Friday, that ridge of high pressure that brought that settled weather over us is now starting to pull away. We are in this westerly, even northwesterly flow. So quite a lot of showers expected, quite a lot of cloud as well. But of course, that front in the far south. So let's take a closer look at the North Island. As I mentioned, those showers are mostly expected in the west. Out east, however, it is going to be a cloudy start to the day, but some glimpses of blue sky. There could be some showers just in the ranges, but the bulk of those showers in the west may be even more frequent for a time in the afternoon. Up north, maybe not quite as many showers, but for Auckland, there could be that period in the afternoon of more frequent showers. Down in the far south, they are mostly expected in the northern parts of Wellington, places like Upper Hutt and northwards. For the city, not too bad, just a windy day expected. Then looking at the temperatures, because that airflow is coming from the northwest, it is on the warmer side. So we see these temperatures like 17 in Auckland, not bad for August. Up north, around 18 degrees. And in the east, that offshore flow that the westerly produces is bringing those temperatures quite high up, around 20 degrees in Napier and 17 in Tairāwhiti, Gisborne. Then heading down towards the South Island, again, that front moves up the island as the day goes on. So the morning doesn't start off too bad in Canterbury, but those showers do move across with that front. Behind it, things do clear up, but still remaining fairly cloudy, especially in the far south, where those showers could be hanging on a little bit longer in parts of Southland and Clutha. In the west, we saw that front in the morning bringing those showery conditions. That cloud and those showers do clear up as the day goes on, and inland places could get plenty of sunshine tomorrow. So looking at the temperatures, we had those warmer temperatures the last couple of days. Those have now started to cool off once that airflow starts to change. So Dunedin only going up to about 12 degrees tomorrow. Further north, back to very average August temperatures of around 12 to 14 in the Canterbury Plains. Out west, very similar conditions, around 12 to 14 degrees all round. So let's take a look at the weekend. We mentioned that it is looking fairly wet. That wet weather does mostly start from the afternoon for the North Island and gradually extending down to parts of the South Island. It will be bringing quite rainy weather, this frontal system, as well as quite windy weather. So those northerlies become quite blustery, especially out in the eastern part of the North Island. That extends into Sunday as that next front moves through with that second pulse of rain with it. And down south, we see this shift to more of a southerly wind, which means we're expecting some snowfall for those inland parts. So just an early heads up to farmers. It is lambing season and calving season. So just a heads up about that. And for road users for those elevated mountain passes. Well, that's all for me for now. Matewa.